greetings. My name is Stoimen Dimitrov and I'm a sixth-year medical student at the Medical University of Varna and an intern at the Clinic of Rheumatology in the University Hospital St. Marina Varna. Today we are at our University Hospital, which is one of the largest and most advanced medical centers in the country. Come on, let's get into the clinic.
Arthritis is an inflammatory arthritis affecting predominantly the axial skeleton, characterized by inflammatory back pain and the development of non-erosive arthritis. The autoinflammatory diseases, on the other hand, are a group of rare diseases characterized by the presence of chronic or recurrent systemic inflammation with variable clinical picture, including different systemic, cutaneous, and musculoskeletal manifestations, such as non-erosive peripheral and possibly axial spondyloarthritis. Today, we are going to examine the possible links and associations between these two groups of conditions by answering the following questions. What are the pathogenetic links between them? Should we consider the presence of sacroiliitis or axial spondyloarthritis in patients with autoinflammatory syndromes? And what are the future therapeutic prospects in spondyloarthritis and autoinflammatory syndromes? Taking in consideration the pathogenesis of familial Mediterranean fever, it is based on the presence of a gain-of-function mutation in the Mediterranean fever gene, encoding the pyrin protein, which forms a pyrin inflammasome. It activates a cascade of reactions leading to strong stimulation of the release of interleukin-1 beta and other pro-inflammatory cytokines involved also in the pathogenesis of axial spondyloarthritis. Considering the results from recent years showing elevated levels of various pro-inflammatory cytokines in FMF patients, the likelihood of a shared pathogenic mechanism of immune dysregulation between the two conditions is significant. Documented cases and series of FMF-associated spondyloarthritis effectively treated with anti-TNF-alpha and JAK inhibitor therapy further support this hypothesis. The data on the presence of axial spondyloarthritis in patients with FMF across various studies is variable, depending on the geographical region and the genetic background of the studied population. The largest such study was conducted by a team of Israeli rheumatologists in the late 90s, involving around 3,000 FMF patients from the Israeli National FMF Center. Among those who are HLA-B27 negative, a non-significant amount were diagnosed with FMF-associated spondyloarthritis. However, in most studies conducted among the Turkish FMF population, the prevalence of axial spondyloarthritis varies between 7 and 10%. The more severe course and rapid development of these changes are often associated with the combined presence of exon 10 Mediterranean fever mutations and HLA-B27 positivity. These epidemiological differences are likely due to genetic distinctions and heterogeneity between the two populations, specifically the higher prevalence of highly penetrant exon 10 mutations, particularly in the M694V allele, among patients of Turkish origin. In a large genome-wide association study in Turkish and Iranian cohorts, a correlation was found between the Mediterranean fever gene mutation carriership and HLA-B27 negativity in axial spondyloarthritis patients, including those without clinically established FMF. Consequently, there might be a possibility for optimization of the diagnostic approach in endemic countries, as genetic profiling can be useful in clarifying the status of HLA-B27 negative patients with clinically pronounced spondyloarthritis. The increased levels of interleukin-1 beta and interleukin-23 in axial spondyloarthritis patients positive for the Mediterranean fever gene mutation raises the question of a possible investigation of more targeted therapies to FMF and FMF-associated axial spondyloarthritis. In Western European cohorts, it was found that interleukin-1 inhibition has no sufficient effect on axial spondyloarthritis in HLA-B27 positive patients, but in FMF-related axial spondyloarthritis, interleukin-1 inhibition has a satisfactory effect. Here comes the question, are we approaching the beginning of an era when therapeutic protocols in axial spondyloarthritis are going to be developed on the basis of genetic profiling? Proceeding from lympho and myeloproliferative diseases and hematology, in which mutations determine the most appropriate therapeutic regimen, such development might not be as far as we suppose. In summary, spondyloarthritis associated with autoinflammatory syndromes is particularly exciting as it is controversial. By trying to answer the discussed questions, we were able to take a dive in the intimate mechanisms and interactions between the conditions. Consequently, it led us to asking ourselves even more exhaustive questions, which motivates us to find further answers. As a conclusion, I would like to say that this topic is rising above the horizon and has not yet reached its zenith. Thank you.